Alright, updated units for premium deck set for Cecilia today, so let's begin. But first, here are the promos for Link Joker and Neo Nectar Heal Guardian botters. Not going their abilities, but they are treated as heal triggers for Heal Guardians. And then we go to White Lily Musketeer Cecilia, which is a copy and paste of the original Limit Break Cecilia from set 8. Because you can tell with the 10k base power. And if you guys don't remember, the skill is act Vanguard once per turn, Limit Break 4, meaning if you have 4 more damage, cost, Counter Blast 1, put up to 5 Musketeer cards from your drop zone back to the bottom of the deck, and then choose 2 White Lily Musketeer Cecilia from your deck and call them to rearguard. And that could also include your V version. Remember, old Musketeer playstyle is recycling and then regrowing copies, in which her second skill is act Vanguard once per turn, cost, retire Musketeer rearguard, like a top 5 cards deck to choose 1 Musketeer from among them and call it to rearguard, and of course shuffle your deck. Of course, this is a bit outdated compared to some recent cards, but that's why we have support for this one card, in which we go to her Stride Fusion form, Maiden Lily Musketeer Captain Virginal Cecilia. It's a copy and paste of the original with this same second skill of act Vanguard once per turn, cost, Counter Blast 1, turn the card with the same card name from your G zone from this unit face up, and then choose up to 5 rear guards, retire them, and then look at the top 7 cards of your deck to choose up to the same number of Musketeers and call them to rear guard. And then they all get plus 3k power for every face up Musketeer in your G zone, and of course shuffle your deck. Even as a today's standard is okay, but what really matters is this new added skill, and I believe every premium deck sets will have this, where act G zone. If your Vanguard is a grade 3 White Lily Musketeer Cecilia with the Limit Break ability, and you did not get imaginary gifts in this fight, cost, choose up to a grade 3 to your hand and discard it, and then strike this unit from face down. And then turn a card from that Musketeer from your G zone face up, and then get 2 imaginary gift force. And then you get a White Lily Musketeer Cecilia Crest. Similar to the attack hit stride units from History Collection, you can stride this when your opponent is still at grade 2 on your first grade 3 turn. And that's huge. The only thing is, just like the attack hit ones from History Collection, they have to be used with the original version of the unit, not the V version, because it says did not get imaginary gifts during the fight. Of course, you can always do the imaginary gift shenanigans after, but for now, this is a pretty cool update for Cecilia, and I'm just gonna assume it's gonna be all for the other premium deck set units with that Limit Break ability, which does makes me curious what units are they gonna choose. In which we go to her crest itself. So first off, if you have a Heart White Lily Musketeer Cecilia with the Limit Break ability, and your Vanguard is Maiden Lily Musketeer Captain Virgil Cecilia, it gets all the original abilities of the Heart along with this new skill. Auto Vanguard, when your White Lily Musketeer Cecilia is placed on rearguard, from deck, you draw a card and the unit gets plus 10k power until the end of turn. So basically, your Stride Cecilia is going to be inheriting your Limit Break Cecilia skill, along with some extra supported from this Crest skill. I have to say it's already pretty good, because Limit Break Cecilia can already restore your board, and then Stride Cecilia could nuke your board and then recall them for even more power. And with this Crest, that's even more power. And depending on the order you do it, if you decide to use the Limit Break skill to call more Cecilias, that's more power for the attacking Cecilias. So that's overall not too bad. But the second skill, which I'm going to say it's probably going to be shared with all the premium deck set units with the Limit Break ability, where count the original power of your grade 3 Limit Break units become 13k. That includes the Heart cards. Very necessary update, and I like this one, which is something that was lacking with the attack hit units for the original stride units. And then finally, this next skill, which I believe will also be shared, count your Vanguard's Limit Break 4 abilities are active even if you have less than 4 damage. So overall, I think I kind of like the idea of the Crest. First off, your Limit Break 4 abilities are no longer restrictive, despite me liking Limit Break, because damage to 9 will make sense, but then it's probably going to make more sense in D. The 13k power, which I really hope is going to be shared with all the Crests, but the main part is, of course, the first skill, where you're getting the original abilities of the Limit Break for your Stride Fusion Vanguard. This might be shared with all of them as well, but I am curious with some of the units like Raging Form, because Raging Form is a little bit going to be weird with the Superior Ride. But in that, I kind of like this, especially since there's no stacking power like the D version of the Stride deck set ones, because I have to say that can be a bit too much. Finally, here's the deck list of strides. Pretty cool. A lot of one-ups though, but I guess it makes a little sense. But what I do like is the Harmonix Rosiah reprint. And also we got another presentation in March. So that's it for the new Cecilia updates. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, the Crest is cool, and I think it's just going to be shared with specific abilities with all of the other premium deck set units. And the other cool update is the fact that you can stride on your opponent while they're grade 2. On your first grade 3 ride, by the way. Of course, it is restricted to the Limit Break units, but I do like that they're bringing back the Limit Break units. Limit Break was one of my favorite mechanics, and damage denying did matter back in the day, because it's not just denying a counterblast, it was denying a skill. And I hope they do bring it back in D. But of course, with this new Crest, it's not going to really matter as much, but in Premium it does make sense, because the game does go faster in Premium, so I'm fine with it, but I do hope they bring it back in D. But other than that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.